Hi and welcome to an overview video of the Lamy AL Star Black EMR digital pen. I personally use it for the Remarkable and Amazon Kindle Scribe devices. However, you can use this on any device that supports EMR or Wacom technology. This is, well, for those who've followed my channel, you know I collect a fair few pens. Let's just bring out a few. For an example, a fair few EMR pens, so I'm quite familiar with various pens in the market leaders, the ones that people tend to go to and recommend, and the Lamy is probably the one I didn't have up until now that a lot of people raved about. Now let's just go over some key features before we talk about it in comparison to its rivals. So the Lamy, this one in particular, comes with two different types of nibs. I'm going to go into a bit more detail on those in a moment. In structure, it is much bigger of a pen than a lot of the other EMR styluses that you get, and it is heavier. I don't have the exact weight on me, but I'll have a link in the description with all the specifications. And it goes without saying, it's a lot thicker. Here is the Amazon Kindle Scribe pen. It's thicker than, I don't know another EMR pen that rivals the thickness of this one. So if you have a case with a standard insert for your Remarkable marker, for example, this is not going to fit. Now, this has got a lot of great feedback because it is more like a typical pen in its feel. I guess a bit more like a fountain pen. It's got the clip on it. The clip nicely sits on the back. It's really well made. Obviously, Lamy create normal pens as well as EMR pens, so they really know what they're doing in the pen space. We have the button here, which is great if you're using the devices such as the Kindle Scribe. I think the Books device, you can use buttons as well. The Remarkable doesn't support that, but in this case, for example, if I'm using my habit tracker, putting in my day's goal here, then if I hold down the button, it changes to a highlighter, and you can program that to what you'd like it to be. So this is a highlighter, but I can change it to be the eraser if I want to. All you need to do is hold down the button whilst you're doing it, and it switches the function. So really nice to have. Again, on the Remarkable, it doesn't really make much of an impact unless you hack the device, which you can do so if you're quite technical. But nice to have the button there as an option. It's small, so it's not going to be pressed whilst you're writing it accidentally, and it presses quite cleanly and has a solid click to it as well. The maybe potential drawback for some users is it doesn't have an eraser on the back, such as the Stapler Jumbo has an eraser on the back, so all you need to do is turn it around. You don't have to press a button or select the eraser. The Remarkable Marker Plus, again, has an eraser on the back. However, if you, as I was just saying, if you run a device where it can support the button, then you do have an eraser by clicking that there. However, if you are a Remarkable user, which I am primarily, it does mean that you're sort of stuck with having to... This is my line maze template for those who like to play games or at mindful activities. I'll leave the link for this in the description. There you go. I've already given you a solution there. But you're sort of stuck with drawing and then having to select the eraser, which, you know, it's a very small thing to do. But when you're doing it constantly, I do like the convenience of just being able to flip your Remarkable mark around and go ahead and erase there. So that is one drawback of the pen, but you're essentially sacrificing that eraser on the back if you're a Remarkable user for a bit more of a premium feel. Weightier feel, which a lot of people like with pens. If you do prefer lighter pens, then I maybe wouldn't go for this. Maybe something more like the Samsung S Pen, which again has the button on there. I'll do a proper video shortly just comparing all the features of the pens, but just to finish off with in regard to the Lamy, I think it's brilliant. I do like how it is the only pen that I currently have in my collection that comes with a variety of nibs, so I'm not sure how well this is going to show up But there's two different types of nibs. The way I would describe it is these ones are a little bit more plasticky and so slide along the screen a bit more. So they're, I can't tell you which is which other than just showing you. You'll be able to feel it if you use the pen. Oh, I've dropped one out there. So these ones are a little bit more plasticky. These ones are a bit more rubbery. I would compare these to those who have used a Stapler pen, not just the Jumbo, but any of the Stapler pens. So it's a little more rubbery. At first it does glide along the screen, but after you've worn it a little bit, it sort of grabs to the screen a little bit. And it depends what you like, really. You sort of have the two extremes there when it comes to the nibs. So it's nice to have both options. What I would add as well is if you are a user of pens such as the Remarkable marker, I'm just going to do a quick little experiment here. I believe it applies, but I haven't tried it yet. So if we take the Lamy nib out, add a Remarkable nib in. The Remarkable nibs are quite famous for being great because they're made out of compressed felt, so they have a really nice marker feel to them. They don't last too long, but they do have a premium feel. I think they're cross-compatible. Yeah, they are. So the Lamy nibs equally are compatible with the Remarkable marker as well. And they feel really nice, especially when you're on the Remarkable screen. So you have the added benefit of the nibs are compatible with a lot of the main brand styluses. There are a few exceptions. I'll go into that in a bit more detail in another video. But overall, a fantastic pen. I wasn't sure I was going to like it as my final verdict. I kind of held out buying it because I thought it's quite big, it's quite bulky, it doesn't have an eraser on the back. Yeah, it looks cool, but am I going to really use it? But since buying it, I've been reaching for it a lot because it feels more premium than all my other pens. And on the Kindle Scribe, I can just use the button to use the eraser function. It is a bit of a pain having to go select the eraser and then do it that way, but I sort of see past that when I'm using it because it's really nice. So there's a quick overview for you. Any questions, add them into the comment section. A really nice pen overall. I'll check it out. I'll add the link in the description as well. And I'll add the link in the description to my Facebook group for the Remarkable 2 and the Amazon Kindle Scribe, where I have an accessories, tips and templates group that you can check out. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.